Sorry, you guys. I think I am live. Yes, I am live. All right. How are you guys? I'm just waiting for my peoples to come. I got distracted for a second. Hey, what's up, Ron? How are you? Good to see you. Are you coming to the event, Ron? I hope you're coming. Hey, Madashay, I hope you're coming to the event. What's up, Tahoe? Hey, what's up, Coach Coop? Okay, the family is in the building. The family is in the building. I love it. Ron, you should definitely come to the event and bring a friend. Hey, what's up, Chris? Chris, I wish you were in town so that you could come. We're about to get into a very juicy topic, so I'm going to bring in Tahoe, who is going to be, so if you click the link in my bio, Ron, you'll see. What's up, Shivonne?
What's goody?
How are you? It's going to be a little weird adding everybody. Let me just get this situated. I'm going to invite Tahoe, and we're just waiting for Allison. She'll be here shortly. Allison is a new mommy, so we're going to give her some grace.
Yes, I'm ready to jump into this topic. What's up, girl?
He said, Krista, how you doing this day and time? Child, I don't know how I do anything all day. I be asking myself the same question. Tahoe!
Yo, what's good?
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. Nice to meet you. Hey, everybody's that's logged in.
Nice to meet you too. What's
Yes,
happening?
we're just waiting for Allison. Let me send this to her. Can I get your autograph? You want my autograph?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can get my signature if I'm signing. Let's see. Let me get Allison in here and help her out. Allison is a new mommy, y'all. For those of you who ever went through the new baby stage, y'all already know it's a hectic life. Hey, what's up, Brandon? Long time no see.
Why y'all choose children, bro? We really need an intervention. They know the thing.
So funny. So you guys, we are having a live event. We're just going to get right into it while we wait for Allison to come on. She'll be chiming in. But you guys, we're going to have a dope conversation because we want to give you some insight into what it's going to kind of feel like to be able to sit amongst three very professional, seasoned, dynamic coaches. And we're also going to have some amazing conversation and dope entertainment because Tahoe will be in the building, as well as DJ Tony. He won't be on this live, though, but Tahoe's right here. And so we're just going to chop it up. You know, we're not going to be doing anything funny or silly or anything like that. We're just really going to have a live conversation. And so in order to accomplish this, we definitely want you guys in the comments to be chatting, chiming in, giving your opinions. Go ahead and speak up. So without further ado, why don't we go ahead and introduce ourselves too? Because I recognize, of course, we have multiple people here.
Yeah.
Some people have never met us. So Shivonne, why don't you introduce yourself? Tahoe, why don't you introduce yourself? And then I'll remind everybody who I am again, and then we'll get started. And if Allison comes in, I'll let her say who she is. So go ahead, Shivonne.
Absolutely cool. I'm Shivonne Davis. I'm a marriage restoration coach. I work with millennial couples, and I teach you guys how to communicate better, thrive in your marriage by being able to create healthy, intimate connections with your spouse in order for you to thrive and really create the happy marriage that you want.
Yes. And Tahoe?
I am the person that needs every single bit of everything she just said. In almost every relationship in my life, let alone the romantic one. Every single one. I am a client of Cassandra's, who hosts So Shameless podcast and Heart of Soul podcast. And you know, I guess I'm a semi-old man in a young man's world, in a young people's world. You know, just I'm bridging the gap between the old and the new.
I like that. Dope.
Allison, thank you for coming. I know you got that new baby child.
Yep, yeah, I'm cleaning the room. I'm flat ironing, make sure my leave out gotta look good. You know what I'm saying? Right. Thank you guys for your patience. So, hello everyone. My name is Allison, certified dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with single women to help them find and keep the partners that they deserve.
Awesome, and I'm Miss Cassandra, and I equip men with tools so that they can win in their relationship. I support men around providing them with language to be able to express the emotions that they're feeling, and also how to go through emotional regulation and to process how they're feeling, to communicate it, to forge a healthy relationship through leadership. So now we will begin. So let me just say this, and I'm going to actually tip Allison Alison for a second. Of course, periodically, we're going to let you guys know that we have a live workshop in Brooklyn, New York. So if you're in Connecticut, if you're in the tri-state area, click the link in any one of our bios, any one of the bios, to go ahead and get your ticket ASAP. The early bird tickets have sold out. You guys, these tickets are moving very quickly. So if you want to be in the building, if you know that you're going to get value based on the gems that you're hearing today, go ahead and click the link in the bio. Do not delay. So, Alison, let me tell you this. You inspired me so much, because I think it was either at the end of last year or at the top of this year where you said you had enough of the gender wars. You had enough of the gender wars. You were over it. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that, and then Tahoe, you can kind of like chime in to share, because on your podcast you do talk a lot about dynamics.
I'm a gender war king. I ain't gonna lie. They are so tired of me saying women are like this. I know. Yeah. I know.
Yes, but you could chime in soon. So go ahead, Alison. So
you know what, Tahoe, you might be a part of the team. Don't worry about it, because I'm going to explain what the gender war is all about and what we're going to do instead. And I think that you actually are an ally more than you might imagine. So for the last few years, especially during COVID, when COVID began, the content creators were out in these virtual streets, right? Because they had everyone's attention. We had no other place to go but to turn to YouTube and podcasts and influencers. And a lot of people who are intelligent, some of them are no longer with us, used that attention as a tool in order to make a shitload of money. All right. And what did they do? They use what people love to talk about. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. This is not a new conversation. That book came out when we were kids. There's always been a conversation about the differences between men and women and how we function. But instead, it seemed like in the top of 2020, there was a new, at least outward shift of a war, an all-out war between men and women. Now, I get it, and this goes back to Tahoe. Are there differences? Yes. We are socialized to practically be absolute opposites. And even though they say opposites attract, obviously opposites are going to have conflict. And so to deny that we're different would be foolish. To not talk about how we're different would be foolish. But when I talk about let's end the gender wars moving forward, what I mean is that we're going to talk about those differences, but we're going to come up with a solution moving forward as to how we can coexist in a happy way. It's not going to be, oh, these N words ain't, and these B words ain't, and we're all terrible and it's never going to work. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for commenting so I can get some money off of Instagram and TikTok. Thanks for sharing so I can get some money off of Instagram and TikTok. Thanks for viewing so I can get some money off of YouTube. And then that's the end of it. It's going to be, okay, these are some legitimate differences. These are some concerns that I have. This is my legitimate experience, and no one can ever take away from anyone's legitimate experience. And then we have to further the conversation is, so what are we going to do about it? And so, Tahoe, I don't want you to feel no kind of way, oh, you not help this. That's the clips. We use the clips to reel people in, and then we have real conversations about, well, what are we going to do to resolve the situation at hand? Make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I talk about it a lot. I mean, I just really don't like, Alison, as you were talking, I realized how many people are listening to people about relationships that are actually single and have been single forever. So you don't even have no real example. I know personally people that be out there like, F these N-words and this, that, and the other, and they be laying right next to their guy. And it's like, yo, why don't you talk about real life things? Like, it's a lot of buzzwords and nonsense. I really just don't. I can't subscribe to what's going on with this generation today and all of this advice people are giving. It's not functional. There's no. I was speaking with Miss April Mason, and she was like, "Yo, the problem is that nobody's giving solution. Everybody's always talking about problems. Nobody's giving solution." And when I speak to Miss Cassandra and follow your page, Alison, y'all are always trying to talk about solutions. Y'all are always like, "Well, this is how you communicate, and this is different mindset. You might want to think about it this way." And that's the people that people should be listening to. Yeah. But they don't. They just want to complain all day. And it's just complaint after complaint after complaint for reals, exactly like you said, for money. And it's exhausting.
Nah, yeah. Curse, you free. You free as a bird. Don't worry about that.
Instagram be on my age. Okay.
A word.
Listen, I'm chilling.
That's hilarious. But speaking of solutions, Shivonne Davis, and I don't know if you've been acquainted with her yet, but she's actually a marriage restoration coach, and she is like like top tier when it comes to transformation. So Shivonne, when you're hearing, you know, these conversations and the things that Alison is pointing out and that Tahoe's agreeing on, just reflecting on, like, yeah, a lot of people are complaining, but where are the solutions? What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that is a lot of people are complaining and there are solutions out there and they know that solutions are out there, but people like to stay in their dysfunction. It's comfortable. Yeah. Learning how to do something new pulls you out of your comfort zone. And we are under the assumption that doing it differently, doing it healthy means that it's hard. And it's not hard. What's hard is the fact that you see that there is an answer to this problem and you still decide to turn another way. Where in all actuality, the difference of a man and a woman is what actually creates the harmony in a relationship. They're not seen as assets, right? Because we're consistently attacking each other instead of sitting down, coming together to get understanding around, okay, well, why do you function this way? Why are these some of the things that cause you to react or respond this way? And we try to run from the things that we don't know and don't understand. I believe that that's why a lot of people are married and single in their marriage because they refuse to sit down and get understanding. And that's not me saying, I know a lot of healthy marriages, right? Lala Anthony, I'm coming for you. There are a lot of healthy marriages out there. People who are in healthy marriages, they are minding their marriage. They're taking care of their marriage. They're nurturing their marriage. And the people that you see on Instagram, this is why I tell people, be very careful of the Instagram feeds that you're following, the ones that you like that place the blame on everybody else. Oh, if a person do this, you need to get rid of them. Oh, it's time for you to assess. It's time for you to level up. The level up happens in you. You have to want that understanding. You have to want to know, well, how can we come together and create partnership? We were designed to be different. We were designed to be different because we have different things for our hands to do, but we cannot do them without each other. And I think that this generation, especially millennials, baby, the generation coming after us, we have been brainwashed to think that we don't need each other. When in all actuality, I cannot live out my purpose to the fullest extent without my husband. And he damn sure can't live his out without me, right?
Not the damn.
But we are forgetting that in our differences, there's roles that get to be played for the machine to run well.
Can I say something real quick? Real quickly. You know, I sat with Cassandra, me and my girl sat with Cassandra, and she gave us all of these tools. And I just want to say, y'all make it look easy, but working on yourself and working on relationships and working on your toxic emotions and the way that you process, the way that you communicate, is very difficult. And especially when you feel a way. So it's like, and then doing it with somebody else. You know, when you're in a relationship, y'all both have different triggers. Y'all both have different things going on. So sometimes when you're trying to work on it, the other person isn't on the same page. So now it's like a consistent tug of war, even in a relationship. So that's just with somebody that you love, let alone people that you're trying to date. Like, how are we supposed to survive with this? I need to ask the room.
I need to give an answer. Can I give an answer? Please permit me to give an answer.
Well, Tahoe, you have to tap her in.
You gotta tap me in. Tap me in, Tahoe. I want to give an answer.
Please, coach. Please, coach.
So what I hear you saying is that it's difficult, right? The difficulty is coming from the resistance that you have towards the change. But I think that what I realize is what happens is that the difficulty that we're experiencing within ourselves, we begin to project it onto the other person. You said something very keen. What if you are working on yourself and your spouse or your partner or your significant other is not in the same space? That is an opportunity for you to level up because it is never about the person on the outside. It's always 110%. And I don't like to use always and never, but it's always about how you are processing, how you're reading information, and what you're making that information mean. So if I'm engaging in change for myself, things around me will start to look like challenges because it's calling me forward. Now that I have the tools, right? Now that Cassandra gave me the tools, the only way I can use them and know if they work is in that space of difficulty. So I think we go into it thinking that it's hard because the resistance of change is still there.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
And I want to
say
that I think what has happened too, and I'm gonna give it to you, Alison. I just heard you. Sorry about that. But I think what happens is that we've lost our childlike approach to things. Like when I watch my daughter, especially her cute little self is 7 years old, But when I watch this brave young girl champion things that are new for her, and sometimes I do watch her beat herself up to the point where she wants to quit, I have to remind her that when she fails, it is a win. So we went ice skating a couple of weeks ago, and she fell, and she just looked at me in such disappointment. I was smiling at her, and she was like, "Why are you smiling?" And I was like, "Because you cannot fall if you don't try. Like, you fell because you're on this ice giving it your all. So have a blast." I mean, I wasn't trying to fall, child, because I'm trying to keep my hips in order. Age is something else. But I was like, you're free to go ahead and live life and be a child and have fun. And so Tahoe, and I understand Tahoe, and I understand for everybody that's in the comments, everyone who's wondering about the how, everybody who feels like it gets so difficult and hard. Absolutely. But what the hard part is really pinpointing, and the root of it is really truly that our parents and the adults in our lives didn't give us the tools to process and manage our emotional regulation. So it's not really what's the context of what's going on in the argument, is the contents of who you are deep down inside. Because the conflict, ooh, child, the C's, y'all, the conflict that you're having inside of your relationship is directly a mirror into what's already the conflict that's already happening inside of you. So as an example, and then I'll finish with this, and Alison can chime in. I'm working with a client, and I ghostwrite for my clients sometimes because they are struggling to put words together, especially when they're in an emotional flood. And I sent a text to a client so that this person could give it to their partner. Their partner responded in one of the most healthiest ways like that has ever been seen. And when we talked about it, I asked if they were surprised, and the person was indeed shocked. Later on, I want to say, and we processed this, and I don't want to get into this part because I want to get into this next piece. Later on, I was sent a screenshot where the partner said, "You see, when you talk to me like this, I don't like it when you talk to me like this." It was her turn when she responded to him directly. "I prefer when you talk to me like this." Went up and screenshot the text that I sent them as the ghostwriter, and said, "I feel like it's healthier that way." So what I pointed out to my client is that if I were in a relationship with that person, it would be a different relationship because I'm in it. The reason why you're having the dynamic of having your relationship is because you're in it. So if you wanted to change, there's no one else to change but yourself. So Tahoe, to point out what you're saying in terms of like, if you're working on yourself and your partner is not, that is the correct mode. That is putting the cart behind the horse. You are the horse. You are the one pulling and leading the direction of this relationship. To do it any other way is flawed. And when you work on emotional regulation, this is the result. The result is it is like water off of the duck's back. It doesn't feel painful. Similar to when a child is riding a bike or ice skating, and the first few times that they fall, they're petrified. But after a while, it's like, it's cool. I'm gonna just get right back up and go and get right back into the rhythm of it. And I fall less, and I land harder less, and I'm able to glide much longer, and I'm able to enjoy my experience. Alison?
Yes. So what I was gonna say is, similarly to what has been said already, I posted a couple of days ago that unpopular opinion, relationships are not hard. And I got people in the comments, yes, it is, da, da, da. I'm like, no, relationships in themselves are not hard. It's not and the point was, it's not the relationship in itself. It's not two people who fall in love and spend quality time together and build a life together. That's a relationship, a romantic one. It's not hard. The issue isn't the relationship in itself. It's the people who are showing up for that relationship. And as you just so eloquently said, if you were the one that was in a relationship with that woman, it'd be easy breezy. Or at least for a while. Time to tell, right? At least that conversation would be easy breezy. But it's the way that we're showing up in the relationship. It's like, I used to be a school teacher. So it's like, oh, that school is bad. A school is 4 walls. A school can't be bad. Are the teachers not appropriately trained? Have they given up? Are the kids not invested in their education? Are their parents not supportive? A relationship in itself, by definition, is not hard. It's the people who are showing up. And sometimes, another popular opinion, it's not the right people that are together. So we could talk about the tools and the work and the therapy and this and that. And then sometimes it's just those people are just not an appropriate match. And I'm not talking about married folks just jumping out the window and getting a divorce because it gets a little tough. But what I mean is that we also have to do some reflection on, does this person have the things that I am looking for in a romantic partner? Am I the person or have the things that this person is looking for? Do we make sense together? And there needs to be some honest conversations where there's some folks who just absolutely don't belong together or don't belong in romantic relationships, period, just yet, until they do the appropriate work so that they can show up. And I would want to say as a whole person, but my theory is that we're never 100% whole. We should constantly be working on ourselves moving forward. The day that we die, when we're 120 years old, there's still going to be some room where if we live the day longer, we could have done some more growth. But at the end of the day, if you're not working on becoming that whole self and working through whatever issues you've been through and your false beliefs and traumas and all that kind of stuff, then relationships are going to be hard for you. Or being in a relationship with you is hard. Relationships in itself are not hard.
Right.
Say that.
Shivonne, tell them where they can get this transformation at and where they can learn the how to get
Y'all
this
better come on out on February 10th. I'm telling you, I see my mother in the chat. Shout outs to you, Ma. Hold on. Shout outs to you, Ma. I gotta. Y'all need to come on out. My mother's in the chat. My daughter is right here. If you guys understood that these tools were changing generations, this work has transformed the relationship for me and my mother, completely transformed the relationship for me and my daughter, because when you learn how to show up in a healthy way, when you learn how to show up in a way where you understand, you know what, I'm being triggered by something in this moment, it allows you to, and I had to say this, I see somebody in a comment, like, what about circumstances? What about all these external things? You are everywhere you go. Whether it's at school, whether it's at work, you're always there. So you are responding in those ways. But let me get back to how y'all can get some more of how to now work these things out. On February 10th, let me tell you something. So help you God. February 10th in Brooklyn, New York, you need to be in the Love Wins workshop. This is about winning for you. This is about winning for your children. This is about winning for your marriage. This is about winning for the generations that came before you. This is about changing the face of community. This is about you understanding you so that you can be better in the world. Not for everybody else, but so that you can go out there and you can do something different. We are giving you guys the tools on the spot. You'll be doing learning on the spot where you can really engage with the tools that we're going to be giving you. Complete transformation. Your mindset is going to start to shift to want to learn, because for a lot of us, we don't know that there's something different. But February 10th, 2023 at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you want to find yourself in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Go ahead, get your ticket. You can click the link in any one of our bios. For the people who are here and you're saying, I'm not in New York and I genuinely can't make it, you can make it. You can make it by buying a ticket for somebody else who's here in the tri-state area. Give somebody else the gift of transformation. But y'all do not want to miss this. Y'all don't want to miss what is going to happen in this room. Is going to be a movement. It's a seed for your family to be able to do something different, for your bloodline to experience change in a way that you have never seen before. Alison is going to talk to the singles about what needs to shift in you in order for you to connect. Cassandra is going to talk to the men regarding their leadership and having a voice and understanding their value. Because, King, when you understand your value, you show up in your household differently. And I'm going to speak to the marriages in whatever season you are in right now. Whether you're going through a lot or you're going through a little bit, you will get transformation here to communicate better, to articulate better, and to connect deeper. Y'all do not want to miss this event. Go right now. Click on the link in our bio. Get your ticket to now. It's right now is the time.
To now is.
To now. It's to now.
Yes.
I'm using that word.
We have a hard stop at 11:30. Is that correct, or are we doing an hour? Let me clarify.
30,
right? So
look, you see my mother in the comments? She said, shift, don't shake.
Yeah, good.
I love it.
I got a testimony that I want to share after 11:30. So yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I wanted to get into. I wanted you to. That's what I was going to get into. I wanted to give you the floor.
I want to say, for the guys or the people in the relationship, if y'all know me, y'all know I speak very well of Cassandra. Recognizing your flaws is uncomfortable. You can feel at your weakest moment, but after taking some of these lessons and applying them, you actually feel stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Like you feel empowered in the moments when you are like questioning things before. Once you have the tools, and Cassandra's really good at giving me tools to deal with not only my own emotions, but the way that I communicate them. Like how many times you just really just didn't know what to do with the situation. All of these people on this panel have been through those situations. They studied these situations and can give you tools on how to communicate within those situations that actually work. I can give you an example. I'm with my girl one day in the crib. We were with each other all week, whatever. And after a few days, she asked me a question that I was just like thrown by. And I was like, yo, why would you do that now? Like, do you want war? Like, why would you do that now? We're having fun. We're chilling. Like, why would you ask something like that? It's like you just, do you like, right? Do you hate me? Do you hate us? You know. And I spoke to Cassandra about it. When I'm speaking about tools, she said, yo, what you're seeing as an interruption to your peace was actually her valuing the connection that y'all have had over the last couple of days, and just she wanted you to comfort her. She wanted to expand the peace to another place, but you took that as an invasion into your safe space instead of welcoming the conversation. And like, yo, man up in this moment. This is your time to say, babe, I got you. Like, we do that with our finances. We do that by pushing women on the inside. We do that other ways, but you got to learn how to do that emotionally as well, and in your communication as well. And I wish that I could go back and, you know, actually, I didn't have to go back because I wound up applying it a few weeks later. I swear to God, it went from me looking like to like her looking at me like,
Come on, this is what
like,
I'm talking about.
And I swear this is on my children. This is on everything. These were easy lessons to learn. And I'm telling you, if you come out on the 10th, if you come out, I promise you, you will walk away with lessons that will help you in almost every relationship you're in right now, and how to like balance them. Like, it's like how to navigate through certain things, because we are people. There is never going to be a perfect conversation. There's never going to be a perfect way, but there will be ways that you can personally like trust your method of communication. And like Shivonne said, like, you are everywhere you go. I am the common denominator in all of my failures with relationships. It's always me there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
so
successes.
Learning these tools.
And successes.
And successes. You know, but yeah, I'm very proud of Cassandra. Alison, I listen to all your stuff. I think that you're amazing. Shivonne, we just met, but I can hear it just from the passion in your tone. This is going to be it's going to be an amazing night. So I welcome everybody out there to come. And you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, get some jujitsu or the relationships on. You know what I'm saying? Get to your black belt.
Come on.
Listen, y'all, Tahoe, thank you so much for bringing us home with that. That just literally warmed up my heart. I felt a tear starting to rise. I was like, somebody cutting onions or something? Like, you literally just made my entire week. The thing that I want for men, I promise you, is to be able to walk through the doors and feel adored, admired, cherished, and valued. Because I'm telling you, when a man feels whole in his body, villages get built, okay? Systems are erected, and they keep in mind everybody from young to old. That is a kingdom mentality. I want men to come out of a village mentality into a kingdom mentality. And in order for him to do that, he has to have peace in his mind. And I want to support men in generating that and not relying on a woman to do that on her own. Because that is leadership. Leadership is being able to come into an environment and transform that thing by how you conduct yourself. And I love that you were able to do that. Tahoe is a wonderful, wonderful guy. Super eloquent. I mean, absolutely brilliant. I love watching his clips. His clips are funny, but the meat and the potatoes on his content is dope. This is what I want you to do right now if you're watching. I want you to do one of four things. I want you to click the link in one of our bios, one of the coaches' bios. I want you to get your ticket now. If you can't come, somebody that you know is in tri-state area that is. And if you really want that ticket for you, get on a plane, get on Amtrak, take a bus, do whatever it is going to do for you to save your generation, to save your life. It is that crucial. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to follow everybody that's on here, follow our pages, and DM us, DM any one of us, any of the coaches. If something is getting in the way of you attending and you really, really, really want to attend, come on into our DMs and we will give you a code to take some money off. You do not have to not be there. You must be in the building. And finally, I also want you guys to check out Tahoe's podcast. Did you change the name of it yet?
No,
Tahoe?
No, we haven't gone to the transformation
All right.
yet.
Awesome. So I want you guys to go to Tahoe's page. I want you to follow his podcast. I want you to chime in, check in. I want you to support everybody that's on here. Thank you guys so much. If you have any questions, concerns, hit us up. We are here to serve you. We are here to support you. We are here to be part of your transformation. I can't wait to see you guys in the building.
Yeah.
February 10th, Love Wins Workshop, Brooklyn, New York.
Get your tickets.
Yes. See y'all.